excited to connect with all you guys that are following us and out there really trying to understand home maintenance, how to take care of your houses. We love having you guys around. Today we're live on Facebook, live on YouTube, and we're really enjoying getting to know you guys. So comment below if you guys have questions. I always love to hear questions from you guys. If you're thinking like, I wish you would have talked about this or that, just go ahead and comments, because I read those and I'll be able to then adjust what we're talking about. We can even do a follow-up video if you guys have certain suggestions. Like today we just shot a video on converting your barbecue pit over to natural gas. Also did a little video today on how to deal with a leaky air conditioner inside if you got a puddle on your floor. So all kinds of stuff like that we can do longer videos on. If you guys tell us what you want to see, put it in the comments. Also, if you guys know people that benefit from this, please share that, because I can only get to so many people that are out there in our audience right now. But if you guys share that, then there's other people that can benefit even further outside of our reach, and we can help more people. So I'd encourage you guys to do that. So today we are going to talk about what's the general cost of home maintenance. Some of you guys might be new homeowners, or some of you guys might be older homeowners that just are confused as to what's going on. So general cost of home maintenance, it's going to be a lot, guys. So just keep that in mind. We service all sorts of homes in St. Louis. We have some customers that have $3 million homes. I mean, they're huge. They're very spacious, and there's a lot of moving parts, a lot of components there. Their maintenance costs are going to be larger, obviously. There's a lot more going on there. There's things to check on. So a certain percentage, just kind of backing up from this discussion for just a minute, a certain percentage of that is just going to be, how much is it going to cost me to keep up with what's going on? So the more you have, the more you got to check up on. We want to be a little proactive. We want to learn to look around the house. So if you have a huge mansion estate, it can take you longer to look around the house than it is if you have a two-bedroom home, two-bedroom, one-bath home, and you can look around and check things in your house in 10 minutes. So there's that element, that first part, that proactive part. Then going beyond that, you have, okay, you're going to put into regular maintenance each month, or you could say even every quarter, however you want to divide it up. Because you're going to, just kind of back up, you're going to check everything, you're going to see what's going on, then you got to do some little maintenance. So let me just give you a quick example about that. Say like a kitchen cabinet door. This is really basic. It goes up from here, but here's a basic thing. So you might want to check your cabinets every once in a while. You say, okay, I got a loose hinge here. This is, when I open it, I can feel the hinge is giving way. So that's your checking. It took me 30 seconds to check that. All right, then the maintenance issue on that is I need to tighten that screw on that hinge so it doesn't keep moving and shifting, getting looser and looser and looser until I have a bigger problem. Okay, so that's the maintenance part of that. So that might take you 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Maybe you have to go find a screwdriver to tighten it. Now, then there's another element to that, and that is, what if there's a repair needed beyond that maintenance? So let's just say, and to keep this example, say you tighten that screw and it's stripped out. Not tightening. You keep turning and turning and turning, it's just stripped out. That hinge, every time you move, it's still moving in there. It's just rubbing on that wood, and it's going to get worse and worse. So now you have a repair issue. So you're on the level 3 of maintenance. So now we got to talk about, are we going to get a bigger screw? We're going to try to drill out the hinge, get a bigger screw. We're going to put some type of a compound in there that would bind on the screw. And there's a lot of different solutions that we could do on a situation like that. But that's at level 3. So when we talk about cost of home maintenance, we got to consider all 3 of those things. Actually, additionally, on top of that, you've got level 4, and that is improvements. So we're going to kind of leave improvements out of the picture right now, but if you want to think more globally on this topic, you got to really talk about improvements too. At some point, you're going to have to buy a new AC unit. Sometimes you're going to have to get a new roof, maybe some new siding, a new driveway. At some point, some of those things are going to come into play. But right now, let's talk about those first 3 levels. One thing that I love to help folks with is help them understand that really a part of being good at home maintenance is setting aside time each month to check things in your house. So if you're a do-it-yourselfer out there, I would encourage you to say, like on the first Saturday of the month, I'm going to spend 3 hours just kind of going through a list of things and walking around my house and checking things. Now, if you follow our channel, you know that I talk a lot about that kind of thing, about being proactive, about what to look at on your AC, what to look at on your house, how to make sure your door's working okay. You know, so I talk a lot about that stuff. So stay tuned if you want to know more about that kind of thing. But I would set aside some time every month to do a little checkup on your house. Okay, so that's kind of at this point, if you're do-it-yourself or you're not spending any money. Okay, then the next number two is let's set aside time to actually do maintenance. Okay, so this is going to be the things like tightening that screw on that cabinet I talked about. It could go broader too, obviously, guys. Like maybe you notice that your doorstop broke on your door to your bedroom, and every time your kids come flying in the room, they bang the doorknob against the wall. There's a big hole in the drywall. You know, it could be something like that. It could be something like you're walking around the outside of your house looking at caulking outside, and you're noticing that the caulking is all cracked around your window or door, and in fact, you're starting to see some splitting down in there where the paint, you can tell there's water getting behind the paint and it's starting to crack a little bit. You know, that's a maintenance item. We got to deal with that right away. We want to get that thing caulked and painted. So that's step two that I would say. If you're a do-it-yourselfer, set aside a day or a part of a day every month where you're going around and you're actually doing maintenance on these things that you're noticing. All right, now cost, talking about cost. Cost is really minimal here, guys. I mean, we're talking about some caulking, some paint, maybe a few screws, some hardware. For most of us, it gets kind of absorbed into our budget. I mean, you're talking about maybe 30, 40 bucks, you know, at the most on a Saturday. It could be even less than that, depending on what project you're doing. It could be more than that too. And you might notice that you have like a rotten post on your deck. It's totally rotten. You can't fix this thing. You got to replace it. You know, and if you're inclined to do that, and we have some videos on that on our channel, on our YouTube channel, if you want to jump over there and take a look at those, you can. But that's going to be a little more expensive. Maybe you have a tall 6x6 cedar post. Maybe that's a $60 post, you know. So again, we're not talking about big money, but if you have some days or some months where you're only spending 10, 15 bucks on a tube of caulk and some screws, then some of that money can get spent every once in a while on one of those little bit larger items. Maybe it's a $60, $70 item, but you're not talking about big money here. So then now we're going to level 3. So now we've got actual repairs that need to be done. Now, you know, this can be much bigger, guys, and you have to kind of take that by project. In fact, if you guys want to comment below on projects that you have going on around your house, let me know what they are, and I'd love to help you get some sort of a budget for those. And tell me if you're a do-it-yourselfer too. So if you're a do-it-yourselfer, you're looking at really essentially what are the materials going to cost me to, you know, tear out my bathroom, put a new floor in, and do some tile work, put in a new vanity, put in a new toilet, and new shower doors. You know, whatever that is, let me know what those are. Put it in the comments, and we'll help you get those number control. But this kind of stage 3 or level 3 is going to vary quite a bit. If you want to remodel a full bathroom, just to give you an idea of retail cost. So like let's say you got a master bathroom, it's got a separate tub, a shower, and it's pretty spacious. It's not huge, but it's spacious. If you want to hire that to get done correctly and well, and by well I mean we build for 50 years. So if you want something to be built well to last that length of time, you're probably going to be in the $50,000 range. It's an expensive project. And people pay that, and it can go up from there if you get more elaborate materials. So now say you're a do-it-yourselfer, or let's say this. Say you got a hall bathroom that's a regular like 8 by 5 foot bathroom, rectangle. You got the vanity by the door, the toilet, and the shower, or the tub and shower, whatever it is. That's a much more reasonable project. You can probably hire that out for in the $10,000 range, maybe $9,000, depending on how elaborate, again, your selections are with your fixtures. Let's say you're a do-it-yourselfer. How much would it cost me to actually myself? And again, there's some variation here, guys, but if you want to tear that all the way down, if you're one of these guys, maybe you're the engineering type out there, you're watching this and you're the engineering type, you want to tear it all down, you want to start from scratch, all the way down to the studs. Well, you're going to have a lot more costs than somebody that comes in there and just says, okay, I'm going to take the vanity out, I'm going to do vanity, put a new toilet in, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to put a new floor in, and just kind of paint everything, and I'm done. You know, it's a lot different. There's a big range there. So probably on the low end, toilets are 150 to 200 for a decent toilet, and you've got a vanity cabinet, they can range all over the place, but I would allow a couple $100 for that. You got a nice top and a quality faucet, probably another $300 for those two together. Flooring depends on how handy you are. Again, if you can put your own flooring down, tile's pretty inexpensive. Maybe you know how to do vinyl. Maybe you've experimented with the LVP, the luxury vinyl planks. Very good product. Maybe you like going that route. Some of those can be very inexpensive. Less than $100 you can buy materials to do a floor in a small bathroom like that. If you get into a shower now, you can do some cosmetic stuff where you can re-caulk. You can cut all the caulk out, clean it up. They're saying, okay, well, I want to change out. I don't like the way that faucet looks. That handle doesn't look very updated. Okay, well, there's some tips there I'd have for you, but that's going to affect your cost. So one would be, look at what brand do you have. If you have a standard brand, and if I start mentioning them, I'm going to forget somebody, but I'm going to do it anyway because that'll give you an idea. So like Kohler, Moen, Price Pfister, Delta, some of those main brands, a lot of those companies still have trim kits, which is the front part of that faucet that you see in front of the wall. You can remove that trim kit, buy a new trim kit, and put it on there as long as you got the same type of faucet. And you can update the entire look of that faucet by using the same internal valve that's in the wall. So that's a cost saver. But if you got an old shower that's maybe 30, 40 years old, that's not going to work, or it's less likely that's going to work. You're going to have to get in there and really open the wall up, cut out some plumbing pipes, put a new valve in the wall, and sometimes that cost can be pretty significant. On the low end, you might have a $300 and something like that. On the high end, you could have much more, even over $1,000 in some of those setups. So there's some cost there. Not only that, but there's also some work that you have to do, that you have to be skilled to be able to do that. So those are some ideas there. Let me talk general numbers just for home maintenance. I think I've tried to give you a few specific examples there. A lot of our customers that we take care of use our quarterly maintenance plan. That's where we come out every quarter and do work for them. A plan like that starts at about $100 a month. There's a few materials that get mixed in there too. Maybe add another $20 a quarter on that. So maybe $350 a quarter really gets you a long way with professional service toward home maintenance. Not doing it yourself, but actually having somebody come in and keep up with this stuff for you and make repairs for you. So that's kind of a good benchmark, right around $100 a month. Maybe add a little bit in there for materials, maybe 115, maybe somewhere around there. Would get you that gets you sitting really nicely. Again, if you're doing it yourself, or expect that to be much less. You can do that for much less. All right, guys, I hope that helps you get a good understanding of kind of the market and what's out there. If you're a new homeowner, comment below that you're a new homeowner, and I'd love to just send you a little something to help you understand a little bit better what the market's like. I'd like to help you guys in any way that I can. So don't forget, like the video, share it so other people can find it, and then comment below on anything that you need from us or any way we can help you. So, all right, I hope you guys are enjoying your week and have a great weekend. I look forward to talking to you guys next week.
That's good. Wi-Fi was messing with me.